Okay, the next thing I need you to do is we're going to do a concept map for solids, a concept map for liquids, and a concept map for gases. When you do concept maps, each teacher has different things that they look for in a concept map. Yeah?
What's a concept map?
Concept map is a way of organizing ideas so that you understand it a little bit better than flashcards because you have to connect things. Sometimes they look like little spider diagrams, sometimes they're called. Alright? It's a visual way of organizing your ideas. Alright? Now I've got, how much time left?
20 minutes.
You have till next one.
I've got 20 minutes to kind of get through this idea. So let's see if I can get this idea taught in the 20 minutes. First of all, you need to have, for a concept map for me, there's 4 basic rules that you need to follow. The first rule is that the main idea needs to be on the top. The thing that everything underneath describes. So we're going to do a concept map for solids. So in that case, I would take solids and I would write it really big at the top and put it in a bubble. Now there's several things that I need to know about solids. I might make a side list. Things like the particles vibrate in place. The particles have a high attraction towards one another. Particles have low energy. That solids have a definite mass and a definite volume. Mass, volume, shape. That was the other thing. Definite shape. That'll work us for now. Are there more? More things about solids? Oh yeah, amorphous and crystalline. And their definitions. Okay. So this is kind of the short list of stuff that I would need to include in a concept map about solids. What I want is everything you know about solids included. So it'll probably take up the whole page. Okay? So, the main idea is to top. Bubbles should have 4 words or less. And then there needs to be connecting terms between all the bubbles. And then any 2 bubbles and connectors need to make sense. So here's what we've got. I've got 3 things right up here that all start with particles. So I know that there's several different ideas that I need to know about solids that are about the particles of solids or the atoms of solids. So what I can do is I can take solids and my connecting word could be R, and we could even have R made of, and then we could have particles. Now, as long as our connecting words or phrase is less than 4 words, and what's inside the bubble is less than 4 words, we're good to go. Does this make sense? Solids are made of particles. So then I followed the any 2 bubbles and connectors make sense. Does solids line particles? Does that make sense? No, there's no meaning. Just because you have bubbles and lines does not mean that you have a concept map. It means you've got some vocab words attached with bubbles and lines. You need to have the connecting words because that shows how these ideas connect. That's the point. So what do we know about particles from solids? What types of things might be attached to particles? Yeah.
Particles vibrate in place.
Okay, so we have particles can vibrate in place is less than 4 words, so we're good there. Does particles can vibrate in place? Is that an idea? Does that make sense as an idea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else could we put under particles? Yeah.
Have high attention.
Have
Attraction.
high attraction.
Attraction.
Okay. Particles. How about are highly attracted? Does that make sense? Particles are highly attracted.
Yes.
You could have added maybe to each other, but if you add to each other, oh, we're still under 4. As long as each other is one word. It isn't, is it?
No.
So then we're stuck. Highly attracted will work though. Okay? Or you could get rid of highly and just say are attracted to one another. But the trick is you want to keep those bubbles 4 words or less. Okay, you could also have particles have low energy.
Can you write this down?
Yeah, you should copy the whole thing. Save you some work.
What is this one? Yeah.
In the end, you're going to have homework of concept map of solids, concept map of liquids, concept map of gases, all due Thursday. But I'm giving you directed reading tomorrow. Tomorrow is an entire work day. No instruction, no lecture, just here's your directed reading. You've got those concept maps to do. Go. Okay? So, here we've got the definite mass, volume, and shape stuff. Could those be connected somehow?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we connect those off of particles, or should we take them off of solids? Then we'll take them off of solids. So, solids, we could have the word have as our connector, and have definite shape, definite volume, definite mass. Now I want you to notice something about the shape of the concept map. Bad concept maps look like wagon wheels or strings. A wagon wheel concept map means everything comes off the main idea. Everything's got its own little bubble. It all comes off the main idea. That's bad. You're looking at details. Details are connected to each other. Another bad version of a concept map is the superstring. That's where you have a map and it just strings down. Sure, any two of these things make sense, but if you read the whole thing down, it doesn't. Okay? You want your concept map to have branches, to have little sub-ideas that pull everything together. Okay? Like here you get, over here you can have solids have 2 types. And then you've got crystalline. And then underneath crystalline, you could describe what crystalline is. And then you have the other type, amorphous. And underneath amorphous, you can describe what amorphous is. Then you could throw in our measured in centimeters cubed. Or you could throw in the how you find the volume of. But in the end, I want to know everything you know about solids. Should take most of the page. Yeah.
For the definition of crystalline and amorphous, can it be more than 4 words?
Nope.
Okay.
You've got to figure out how to get it into 4 words. That's part of summarization. And if you know how to pick the right 4 words where it makes sense, then it means you really understand it. If you take a great big long definition and you can't piece it down, then you don't really get it. Does that make sense to you? Yeah.
Do we have to write down that list?
The list is not a graded part of the assignment, but it does make the assignment easier.
You already wrote down.
I did. We did a list for solids yesterday. We did a list for liquids yesterday. We did most of a list for gases today. Are those lists 100% complete? No. Can you add stuff to those lists? Yes. Do you want work time?
Yes.
I'll shut up now. Do you understand the assignment?
Yes.
Okay.